Hello and welcome to this video by coding-bootcamps.com. Today I'm going to talk about inheritance in Python and how you can use it to further develop the way you define your objects in your programs. So we already went over creating classes in Python and how they're a way for you to define your own objects and have variables or attributes and methods that are associated with them, and it organizes everything in a nice clean way, and it works a lot better with programming than trying to use the base objects of Python. So today, when I talk about inheritance, I'm going to get into how you can develop more specialized classes and how those can use a base class or an abstract class to save you space in coding and also have more organized programming and make your objects work better together. So to begin, I'm going to talk about I'm going to come up with an example. It's called it's in the course docs, but you can see in section 4 there's the dog class. It looks like this. You have class dog, species, initializer or constructor, name age, and we have a string function that we created. And we have a speak function. Okay. Okay, so we have a dog class. We define a variable called species, which is always general to what a dog is. We have two variables, name and age, and then we also have two functions. One that prints out a string, how old the dog is, and we have another thing, another function that gets a dog to speak a sound. So you can have dog objects, but dogs can also be. There are lots of different types of dogs that can all belong to the same species of dog. So, for example, you could in the docs, like you could have a bulldog, you'd have a Dachshund, you'd have a Jack Russell Terrier, you could have a Labrador. There's all different types of dogs, but they all belong to the same species. So the reason inheritance comes into play into this example is because there's certain methods and variables or attributes that we could define in the dog class that we could use in a more specialized class that is a type of dog. And then each of those specialized types of dogs could have their own unique functions that we would only want those types of dogs to have, but they could also, the specialized classes can use the base classes functions and attributes. So just to show a little bit more what that means, we could create 3 more classes. Use the ones in the docs. So Jack Russell Terrier. Okay. And for now, I'm just going to put pass. Remember, pass just means that there's no code there, but it won't throw an error because we have the pass keyword there. Okay, so I'm creating 3 more classes, and they're a more specialized type of dog. So Jack Russell Terrier, Dachshund, and Bulldog are all types of dogs, but we want them to all be able to use the attributes and the methods in the dog class. So what I did was I put in parentheses dog for all 3 of them. And what that means is it's going to inherit all of these attributes and these methods from the dog class. And then we're also going to be able to add on to that code within each specialized class for more specialized functions and attributes. But the nice thing about this is we don't have to rewrite all this code for each of these specialized classes. We just have to inherit the class, and it already gets to use all of these. So for example, if I created comment this out, last video. So let's say we created 4 dogs. We gave them names. Again, this is in the docs. Okay, so we just created 4 new dogs, and they all have their own names. 2 of them are the Bulldog type. One is the Dachshund type, and then one is the Jack Russell Terrier type. But the thing is, all 3 of these types of dogs inherited the dog class, so if we wanted to, we could use a dog function with these variables which hold a more specialized object. So what that means is we can get the name of the Jack Russell Terrier by doing miles.name. Okay, so I just printed the name Miles, and name isn't defined anywhere in Jack Russell Terrier. It's only defined in dog. But we created a Jack Russell Terrier object and stored it in Miles. So what that means is we're accessing an attribute of the dog class through Jack Russell Terrier, because Jack Russell Terrier inherits dog. So an inherited class, basically a child is inheriting from the parent, just like genetically, like we explained in the docs, just as an example. The parent has a bunch of base functions, and then the child class has more specialized functions, but the child class can use the parent class's functions and also attributes. So if we also wanted another one of these dogs to use the speak function, which is also defined in dog, we could do this. We could do speak and say oof, like in the docs. And then if we run, okay, so we printed out Miles says woof by passing it this the string woof and using the speak function. So yeah, so we were able to create a Bulldog object, but Bulldog inherits dog, so it inherits all of the methods from dog. So we were able to use this function even though you don't see the code in the Bulldog class. And that's because Bulldog and all 3 of these specialized classes inherit the parent class. So yeah, just to take away from this video, parent classes can give methods and attributes to child classes, and using a parent-child relationship, you can, which is also inheritance. You can relate classes to each other in a way that organizes your programming a lot more and makes objects a lot more understandable and how they're related to each other. So yeah, if you like this video, next time we're going to be getting a little bit more in depth on the functionality of parent classes and child classes. And yeah, if you haven't taken the Intro to Python course yet, the link's up here at the top. It has all of the introductory Python syntax and like grammar and things like that. Just goes over basic concepts like loops, arrays, if statements, things like that, in case you feel you weren't ready for what we went over today. So yeah, thanks for watching, and check out our next video. Thanks, bye.